Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super uber mega excited to share this list with you guys because today I am gonna be sharing top lesbian movies that are available to watch on, in this case, Amazon, Prime, in this case Amazon just in general. I have watched all of these movies, so I just wanted to make a breakdown just in case any of you are looking for really like interesting, lesbian movies to watch on the platform. This is a part one. I will be doing a part two, and if you guys have other lesbian movies that are also available on the platform, please drop them down below in the comments. But before we get into it, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your opinion down below in the comments, because like I always say, your opinion is very valuable and it does matter. So let's get right into it. So first and foremost, we're gonna start off with Toveet. The film basically follows Toveet Johnson's early years from the end of the WW2nd to the mid 1950s, showing her romantic relationships with politician Atos and theater director Vivica, as well as the creation and publication of the More Minis. If you guys don't know, it's a true legendary moment in the art history. The movie was released in 2020. It's a Finnish biographical drama film. The movie got amazing reviews. That's why I had to come here and include it on the list. If you guys don't know, in this case, Tove and Vivica, they actually have a very interesting relationship. Vivica understanding that in this case, Tove is also, involved with another person. Obviously, it does bother her, but somehow the two basically find a way to stick through it and just basically focus on what they have going on. I do feel like this movie is super underrated, and that's another reason why I just had to come here and include it on the list, because let me tell you, I be loving underrated movies. I don't know why, and this is definitely one of them in my personal opinion. Then moving forward, we have Unchore and Hope. Ava and Kat basically live in the London Canal boat. Things change when Ava tells Kat she wants a baby. Yes, they are a couple, they live on a boat together, but obviously Kat doesn't want to have a child because she feels like having a child will affect their relationship and their lifestyle. But you can basically see that Eva is determined to have a kid, and everything changes when Kat's best friend actually comes in the picture, because Eva started to see him as a donor. At the beginning, you can see that they were trying to convince him to be. Later on, Kat was like, okay, let's go ahead, let's do it. But later on, things started to be very complicated. Yes, very complicated. There even came a moment where the two separated, but later on, Kat realized that she wanted to be with Ava, and she knew that the only way she would, gain the person who she loves back is by, basically accepting what she wants, and that's basically what happens. So this is one of those movies that they go through a lot of trials and tribulation, but somewhere, somehow, they do find their way back to one another, and yes, love does win at the end. The movie was released in 2017. I also feel like it's an underrated movie, and that's why I also had to include it on this list. Then moving forward, we have True Love. It's a Canadian film that got released in 2013. Yes, 2013. It follows a 37-year-old lady named True. She is lacking stability and feeling of foundation restless, as bearing emotion scars from her past. She relies on her basically attractiveness and charm to basically get who she wants, and just to get through life. But everything changes when she basically meets Alice, a 60-year-old widow. That actually ends up changing her whole way of seeing life, and just everything. The two develop a romance and a bond together that just makes the movie even more interesting. The movie, like I said, was released in 2013, and yes, it's basically about two people that are very different from one another, but also at the same time very like equal to one another, coming together and finding love and finding a relationship that both of them didn't thought they would find at that moment of their lives, especially for what both of them were going through. So yes, it's a cute film. I won't say it's the best movie ever, but I do still feel like it's a cute film. It's worth the mention. That's why I had to come here and basically just mention it. And then moving forward, we have Reaching for the Moon. The movie was released also in 2013. Yes, I can believe it has been so long, because when I watched this movie, I was mind blown by it. I definitely enjoyed it, and I definitely watched it actually a couple of times. It's from Brazil. The film follows the love story of American poet Elizabeth and the Brazilian architect Lota, set largely between 1950s to 1960s. Lota and Elizabeth begin a romance after many trials and tribulations relations. But then Elizabeth actually starts a love affair with another lady, and we all know how that whole situation played out. Lotta is actually very affected by it because she sees that she's losing Elizabeth, but Elizabeth also, wants her and loves her, but she also knows that Lotta is dealing with her own stuff. So it's just a whole lot going on. And then later on, they decide to have a baby. I don't know. It's just a whole lot of like. Let me tell you, this movie is a whole lot. But definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I have watched this one a couple of times, and I probably will go ahead and would rewatch it again. That's how much I enjoyed this movie. So yes, if you haven't watched Reaching for the Moon, you're missing out. And then moving forward, we have The Last Conception. The movie was released in 2020. The story centers around Savannah, an Indian American woman and anthropologist who get basically pursued by her family to have a child. Despite her being a lesbian in this case and being in a relationship with her girlfriend, Savarna has not, relative basically told her family about her orientation and that she is actually in a full-blown relationship. So it's kind of complicated for her because she feel like this moment with her family will, be the perfect moment for her to tell them. But in this case, things actually end up not being what she thought it would be. So basically, the film explores the clash between traditional Indian culture values and basically morals. Yes, very cute movie, like I said, very straightforward. And one of the reason why I have included it on the list is because once again, I feel like this one was super underrated. I know there's a lot of other popular movies that I could have included, but you know me, I like to go to visions and things and movies that I feel like a lot of people haven't known about yet, and that's exactly why I had to include this one as well. And then moving forward, we have Our Love Story. It's a 2016 Southern Korean romantic drama film. It follows Yeonju, an awkward and shy fine artist student, meets the eccentric bartender Jisoo while searching for materials for a project installation. Through that, she basically finds, a friendship, a relationship with them. But they know it's very hard for them because it's like you want someone but you don't know if that person wants you too. Maybe you are confusing, maybe that person only sees you as a friend, maybe that person doesn't want to be with you, maybe they just want to like I said, be friends with you. But then later on you realize that that person also wants you, so now you guys just start to build this incredible bond together. Like I said, this movie is already known about. I feel like a good amount of people have watched it. It has been on media like for a really, really good amount of time. But if you haven't watched it and you are interested in watching it, depending on your location, yes, very important, depending on your location, it is available to watch on Prime Video. And let me tell you, I will highly recommend you to watch it because it definitely is very cute, very straightforward, and like worth it in my personal opinion. So yes, guys, that's basically it. I've also activated the super stickers to the channel just in case any of you would like to make a small donation. That will definitely help out the channel a lot. And I also want to say, yes, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you guys know any other you like underrated or actually very good lesbian movies on Prime Video, please drop it down below in the comments. That would be very helpful. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and goodbye.